So in February of this year, ShapeShifter did an article that went completely under my radar, and there's some really interesting stuff here for Volition fans, so today I want to pick at it and give you all the good stuff. The full article is linked down below. So the article starts off by explaining what ShapeShifter is and how it was founded. Most of us know that, but it does give us some really interesting information. So apparently this team was actually in talks pretty much the day of the closure, with the studio head Matthew Madigan calling Brian Trafficante, I'm trying to get the names right here, just a few hours after the news broke, which then was finalized when Rob Loftus joined the trio. Now, I'm aware I threw a bunch of names out there, so let's take a look into this trio of people leading this company. Now, for Matt Madigan, there isn't a great deal of information I could find, but his history does date back to 2005 with Volition, which is awesome. He, however, left in 2017 and started ShapeShifter when the news of the closure happened. So basically, he wasn't even employed by Volition around the time of the reboot's release. It also lists him as a director and financial analyst for Volition. How much that will come into play when making this new company, I don't know, but he is the guy leading the charge here. Now for Brian Trafficante, there's a bit more information. He's actually been in a great deal of reboot trailers to my knowledge. I also think he was the lead environment artist for Saints Row 2, and he also stayed with Volition until its closure. Then Rob Loftus worked on games such as Red Faction 2 and Summoner 2, which is a banger game by the way. He also worked on the latest Saints Row game. Overall though, these guys are vets just as advertised, and they are the main three leading the charge. Back to the article. It talks about motivations to make the company and such, but the next really interesting thing to me is where Matt talks about future goals for the team. So as a quick backstory, right now ShapeShifter are a co-dev studio, which means they're at the stage of helping other studios make their games, not making their own. This is important as Matt states very clearly that this is not the end goal. The team has hired over 10 people, all of which by the way are former Volition staff, which is important, and the studio is also aiming to make AAA games. They also hope to grow the team to maybe 200, 300 people in the future, but states very much that that is an end goal, nowhere near where they're at right now, which was actually the main reason behind doing code development instead of making their own games. Making games is a hard market to breach, even for vets. So they decided to take the less risky approach, which I respect. But they do want to one day make their own games, but for now they just want to play it safe. They talk about how if they could reach a high amount of devs, they could split the teams onto different projects and such, but for now it's been stated that they just want to focus on being a company and surviving the industry. They speak about how they want to continue the Volition culture and keep the attitude of always punching above their weight, and it's important to understand that they're not here to remake Volition, just build upon what they had and move onwards. I was probably partially wrong in some of my earlier ShapeShifter videos. I very much branded them as almost like a new Volition, but it's very clear they want to be their own thing, just founded by vets of Volition. The rest of the article kind of goes towards more of the fall of Volition, and let's be honest, we've heard and lived through that story so many times, so I'm going to leave that out of this video. But let's go back to what has actually been said. So ShapeShifter is actually at this point a team of around at least 13 people. And they are currently a co-dev studio. They're helping work on a AAA game, which is currently Clockwork Revolution, but they don't necessarily want to stay only a team that helps make games. They do intend to grow the team into the hundreds and aim to make their own IPs down the line, but for now they just want to take the safe approach to it all. I think coming away from this article, maybe the future isn't as bleak as I thought. They seem to genuinely want to expand and make their own stuff, and it is led by vets of Volition, so perhaps there's a bit of hope for us after all. And before I get a million comments, they probably won't ever make Saints Row again. They are a different company now. They used to be Volition, but now have no more ties to the IP than any company really. Who knows, perhaps ShapeShifter can build itself into something crazy moving forward, or maybe they'll continue working to help devs bring their own games to life. Only time will tell. Thank you for watching the video, but there's a couple other things I want to tag on to the end here. First of all, I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I don't really have an excuse, I just have been doing my own thing, chilling, you know, working at my actual job and stuff, and I guess I just haven't put that much thought into YouTube. I do apologize, but I have been live streaming a lot, so if you check out those, I appreciate you. And another thing is, it's nice to finally have almost an ounce of good news. I feel like since Volition's closure, it's just been depression after depression after depression when it comes to Saints Row and Volition and everything. I understand that you guys are almost going to be of the mind of, I don't care, they're not making Saints Row, so it might as well just be another dev team. And I do have to say, that's very fair. I kind of relate to a certain degree. But for me, having kind of followed this Volition journey for so long now, I kind of just want to see where it ends up, and I do genuinely wish for the best for these guys. So hopefully this can be almost as good as Volition and they can make amazing games and do their own thing going forward. As I say though, only time will tell. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you all for sticking around and being a part of this channel, and I will see you soon.